Hello everyone, this is Halloween Haunter here, and today I am back with another unboxing video. And this unboxing video is the first one for the 2022 season, and this is on the Spirit Halloween 2022 Dr. Illume. So, this is kind of shocking, right? I mean, it is January, and I didn't think in January I'd be unboxing a Spirit 2022 animatronic already. I mean, this is pretty early. We won't see new animatronics until June or later on. So, the fact we're getting one now is pretty exciting. But the reason why we're getting one so soon is because of the fact that this guy actually supposed to come out in 2021, but he was severely delayed and he came out way later than expected. So he's not actually a new 2022 prop in that way. He's actually more meant for 2021, which is why he released it pretty early this year. He was released the first few days of New Year's. So he was supposed to come out late 2021, but ended up kind of just pushing back, and might as well just release it for the 2022 season. So, I'm pretty excited, I guess. I didn't really get too excited to see this guy. I think he's cool for sure, but I wasn't really sure yet if I wanted to get him or not. But I ended up ordering him a couple of days after he came out. I did say in my sneak peek video he's gonna be one I probably order, and that's what happened here. So, I finally have Dr. Illume here, and I'm just kind of doing unboxing here. I do want to mention, I do kind of have a cold, so if I do sound kind of quiet or kind of raspy at times, it's because I don't actually feel complete yet. So I'm still kind of recovering currently, and I feel a lot better now, but I'm still kind of recovering. So I apologize if I don't really sound into it. But also, I don't have the intro yet for the season. I haven't actually made one yet, and I will make one eventually. It's just because of the fact that this is a new year, and I didn't think already would be unboxing props. But since Spirit delayed some props, I kind of saw it coming. You know, this prop is coming out 2022. So, yeah, I do have a few things to do on the channel. Like, we can do an intro. I also do want to mention that I have a few unboxings from 2021 that I'm going to be uploading soon. They're from October, so they're kind of old and outdated, but I still want to post them. So if you see random unboxings that look like they're from months ago, they are, okay? But this one here is fresh and new. So here's Dr. Illume. I think you can see his box is kind of big, kind of small. To me, it's kind of in the medium. It's not as large as other Will You props. This guy's made by Will You, if you're wondering. They're the same company that made Plague Doctor, Johnny Punk, Miserable Marie, Michael Myers, Nightmare Harvester, Mr. Howell. So, here's the front of the box, Dr. Illume, and then there's the top right here. Then we got the side of the box right here, and then we got the other side right here, and then we got the back. So, that is basically all the sides of the box. If you're wondering, his ANIM number is 113. That's what his ANIM number is. And now let's go ahead and just finally and start unboxing them. So, let's see what we got. So, pretty well compacted. Okay, so we got instructions, of course. His box and instructions are done in the 2021 style, of course, because it's supposed to come out last year. Okay, so here we go. This looks like Willy to me. I've already seen people get him and kind of unbox him, so I'm kind of aware of what he looks like inside and how he's built. We got his hands. I'm actually very glad they're plastic. These are the same hand molds as Michael Myers and same kind of detail, but they're actually going to be plastic, not latex, so I'm actually pretty glad we got them plastic. We got a chest piece right here, probably to more illuminate the lights inside of him. And we got some of his legs. Again, they're kind of these tube legs. Yeah, they're not the best, but they're pretty good. And some poles. This is a right pole. We got, again, I actually don't mind. These actually aren't that bad, honestly. And then we got another one right here. To kind of fix that. And then we got his clothing. Pretty nice. We got his his hand with the flask. Pretty nice. Pretty cool. Looks pretty nice in person. Again, and that hand kind of molded looks similar to Michael Myers. And then his adapter, we've got some more poles right here. Got some more poles, some more kind of bent leg poles, and just a normal sized pole. And then we got his shoes with the uncolored sock or flesh. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it doesn't look the right color. Looks really weird. So we also got, let me see if I can pull this out. Well, we first got the other shoe right here. Here's the other shoe. But we also got, right here is the control box with the module. Very nice. His hand has a spring right here. Of course, as he kind of thrashes back and forth. And then we got his head, which is also plastic, which is great. Honestly, a pretty cool face in person. That's really cool. Paint's a bit chipped off, but it honestly looks pretty cool. Actually has like gray and black in his hair. Pretty cool. And then over here we have base. Pretty large base. And then finally we have the metal hip loop. So that's all his parts for Dr. Illume. Let's finally go ahead and start the setup. I'm going to be kind of just going, flash through, and then I'll actually try something new with the kind of overview. So let's go ahead and set this guy up. Alright guys, so here I am next to Dr. Illume. I do want to mention before I start the kind of overview, I have never really done this, so if it works out, I'll try it again. If not, I'll just do something else. I usually do that, but also in the next upcoming unboxings, there's going to be just the normal overview with me showing the prop of the camera, and that's because those are old unboxings, like I mentioned before, so nothing new there. But I am standing next to Dr. Illume. He's about 5'6" when he's more hunched over. Then when he's more kind of back, he's about 5'7", so he kind of changes in height there, around 5'6" to 5'7". I'm actually around 5'10", so he's definitely short. You know, I'm next to him, not a very tall prop, of course. I can definitely see how short he is. I also have in the room set up as Experimental Eddie, who's about 6 feet tall, so I can see the height difference there. He's definitely pretty short compared to him. However, when I was, you know, setting this guy up and seeing him in person and kind of seeing the overview of him, I turned him on and saw how he works and stuff. I don't think he's that bad a height, honestly. After having him, I don't think he's that bad a height. Personally, just to me, when I first saw this guy come out, I was actually planning on just full-on ranting about his height. I was planning just to go off and say how it just is just so small for him. So I saw people unboxing before me, and I was like, there's no way this guy is really that short. And he actually is short. But he's not that bad, honestly. He's a pretty good height. Again, I was going to totally rant about this, but I've gotten more used to it, and he's not that bad in person. So honestly, I won't say his height's bad. It's not great or anything extraordinary, but I don't think it's that bad for him. In fact, if you're going to put him next to Experimental Eddie, I think that height kind of works. It seems like the monster should be bigger than the scientist, so makes sense there. But regardless, he could have been taller, but it's fine. I don't think it's that bad. I will mention quality now. Quality is something I don't really know about yet. I kind of say sometimes the prop is good quality. Like I think I said Henry Hustle is probably good quality. I don't remember. And then it ended up not being that great quality. Some props are kind of too early to tell. This guy I just barely got, and his mechanism seems pretty complex. But I have seen people have a problem with him. So I'm going to probably say its quality is not that great. It's well used, and they've made, you know, most of the props they've made is bad quality. So I'll probably say it's bad quality, but I don't know for sure. So if you're worried about quality, I probably wouldn't risk it yet. If anything, I would probably wait a few months before you get it, because people will have it by then, and there's probably going to be more people with a problem with this. So yeah. I guess the main problem was that like his motor was weird, which is the normal well-you thing. That's just the mechanisms that aren't that built that well on these props. So yeah, I don't know if quality is good, but I thought I'd throw it out. It might be bad. So don't chance it if you're worried about the quality, because that is probably a problem. Second thing, I want to mention that this guy's detail is really great. Again, I kind of mentioned in the unboxing, he uses the same hand molds as the Michael Myers animatronic, except in plastic. They work very well here. They look about the same detail. When you take off the Michael Myers glove, you can see that their detail is very similar. But honestly, I think I'm really happy it's plastic, not latex. I don't like latex. I will talk about how much I hate latex forever. Here, it actually looks fine, and it works with the plastic. You know, it actually looks like they transported the plastic very well, so I'm actually happy with that. His flask or beaker seems pretty cool too. It's just like the average beaker, kind of done in the screen color, so you know the classical kind of radioactive stuff in it. Pretty simple as that. And of course, what he does is he kind of shakes back and forth, or kind of rocks back and forth with his movements. Supposed to look like he kind of drinks the radioactive flask. He goes from the beaker to his head. The lights kind of change to his head now. That lasts about a second, and then it finally goes in his stomach. Then the stomach kind of blinks. And honestly, I think it's cool. I do have a couple complaints with the lighting though. I do want to mention, I wish the head lit up for a much longer time than 2 seconds. It's pretty quick. He has it for 2 seconds, and then he goes to his body. I don't really like that too much. I wish, in fact, that his head lit up for a couple more seconds. I understand why they did that. It's because it's supposed to look like he digested pretty quickly. That's in the stomach. But still, it would be kind of cool if it lit up for a little longer. And I don't like how in his stomach, it kind of blinks different colors. It just looks weird. It's almost like a disco light. It kind of just blinks back and forth. Kind of looks weird. It just, to me, doesn't look right. So they could have done something better with that. But overall, it's not that bad. It's pretty good regardless of its cons. And again, the quality might be bad. My final con, I guess I'm kind of going back and forth with cons and good stuff. But for the final con I really had of this guy, besides the quality possibly and the lighting, is really the price. This guy retails for $220, and personally, I do think it's a bit overpriced. I am kind of getting used to this price point. I mean, I bought Headless Jack for all I know, and that was a huge overpriced prop. Probably one of the most overpriced props in Spirit ever. But I do think this guy generally should have been about $200. He's pretty cool. And he's, again, not that bad. But he's short, he's pretty simple, got kind of just one motion. He doesn't need to be over $200. He should be Eddie's price, $200, because Eddie has this, similar motion to him. And I'm not really sure why they chose this price point. Again, it's probably because online only and it's kind of limited, so they kind of do that. But I wish he was just a standard $200 prop, because we've had in the past online only props priced well, like Flesh Eating Zombie Gatekeeper, Bloody Bag of Jokes, Little Nestor. This guy to me should have just been $20 less. It's not the worst price to get because they're only like $20 more, but still, overall, I do actually really enjoy this guy. I like how his head has a spring, so it kind of rocks back and forth. It's pretty easy to rock it. He's in a pretty weird stance. He's in the bent leg stance. Kind of weird, but I guess it makes sense. I don't really have a problem with that. But yeah, and his hair is, again, is kind of like this black and gray color. His face is very well detailed. I love the vine details that kind of continues from the hands. His eyebrows kind of got some not very well detailed, like in terms of paint, but they got some paint on there. And his mouth, just the standard kind of open mouth. This prop to me really screams out that the sword's in his face, which is actually really cool. So I think his face is really nice. And overall, he's pretty much cool. I do wish his lab coat did have buttons though. They're just the Velcros. They kind of just done buttons to make it more realistic. But pretty much besides that, I think this guy's great. He's a good prop. I don't think he's amazing, but I think he's great. So if you want to buy Dr. Illume, there's a link down below. Let me know down below what you guys think about him. I also have Miss Mercy set in this kind of area. You can't see it in this part, but in this clip right here, you can kind of see it on the screen. I don't have her currently set up while I'm talking right now, but I bet she's around 5 feet, so they kind of all work together. Miss Mercy and Dr. Illume kind of work together, and then Dr. Illume and Eddie kind of work together. If I were to do a haunt with these guys would be my pairs. So yeah, so I really do think here Dr. Illume is a good prop. Not the best one, but pretty good, and I do recommend him overall to somebody who's willing to pay the price and is willing to risk possibly bad quality. So yeah, so pretty much that's it for Dr. Illume. If you guys want them, the link is in the description, or you can just go to Spirit's site, whatever one you want to choose. But overall, he's really awesome, and I do recommend him. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later, and goodbye.